Hello, everybody. Hello. So glad to see you all. Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song on a Thursday in our Carpe Diem Again week. As we are 6 days away from turning 500 days old. Woohoo! Which is just like the coolest thing ever. I'm so excited to turn 500 days old with all of you. So I would like to say hello to everybody out there on Facebook Live. Thanks for joining us here in the Daily Antidote. And hello, of course, to Nerissa and Katryna coming in from Northampton, Mass. And hello to John Nields and Mom Nields, Gail. To John and Gail, nice to see you guys. Thanks for coming in today. Hello to Campbell Ellsworth, and hello to Ida Whippy, Hannah, and Ida, who are coming in from Poland. And I think if we just hang 1 minute, we actually might have a birthday girl in the room. Hello to Rick Pagliari coming in from Vermont. And hello to Susan in Ohio, Pat, Katie Abadu's mom, hi Annette in California, Kate in Charlottesville, Becky in British Columbia, Stephen Michelle in Maryland, Trish in British Columbia, Aloysius, hello, nice to see you today, coming in from Mass, hi Kathy in Virginia, hello Peter and Janet in Toronto, so glad to see both of you today, Sheila in Florida, Ruth in Birmingham, UK, hello to Arlene in California, Bonnie in Idaho, hello. Hello to Bronwyn in Victoria. Hello to Carolyn in Idaho. Sarah in Texas. Doug in Vermont. Hello, nice to see you. Aaron, hello, glad you're here today. And hang on 1 second while I do the thing that's going to help you help me. Thank you so much. Christiana in Rockville and Jane in Texas and Nancy's Irish Cow in Washington State. Thomasina, hello, coming in from Queens, New York. Hello to Fred in Silver Spring, not Queens, Brooklyn. Coming in from somewhere, in New York maybe. Hi, Thomasina, and Fred in Maryland, and Barb in Virginia, Hoda in British Columbia, Delhi in Maryland, Anne, also Maryland. Hello, Mabel and Bob in Mass, Carol in Connecticut, Gary, also Mass, Kat in Vermont, Amanda and Miles in Michigan, Kathy in upstate New York. Who else is here today? Let's see. Hi, Tora, nice to see you today. And folks all off video, Mommy in New Jersey, Barbara, Tom, Martha, Gwyn, Isabel, Jane, Amos. I'm so glad to see all of you. Thank you all so much for joining today. Let's all take one deep breath. And let's actually open today's Daily Antidote in a slightly different pattern of the way that we usually do things, because we happen to have a birthday girl in the room today, Ida, who is coming in from Poland and turning 10, and we're going to start off with a little special song for Ida. Rick, you're up.
Hey, Ida, so I hear it's your birthday, and if we were over in Poland like you are right now, I think that everybody would be singing for you the happy birthday song. And so I think that we can do that right now. 100 lat, nie żyje nam. 100 lat, nie żyje nam. Jeszcze raz, nie żyje nam. Nie żyje nam. 100 lat, nie żyje nam. 100 lat, nie żyje nam. Jeszcze raz, nie żyje nam. Nie żyje nam. Happy birthday.
Woo! Thank you so much, Rick. Happy birthday, Ida. We're wishing you the happiest 11th birthday ever, and we are going to have a little surprise for you also at the end. Rick, thank you so much for joining us today. So glad to see you, and we can't wait to sing with you again soon. And Ida, happy birthday. And I'm now going to turn the floor over to Nerissa and Katryna Nields, who are with us here from Northampton, Vermont. We haven't had them in the room for a long time, and we have missed them so much. So we're so glad that they were able to make it with us today. Thanks, guys. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. It's so fun to be here and to see our parents, who are about 300, no, what are they, 150 maybe miles away from us right now, but we're going to see them soon. And this is, are we supposed to just jump into the singing right now?
But Joe, I just wanted to say that we didn't have original sound on when we were doing our sound check. So could we just do like 2 seconds of it and make sure?
Yep.
So it's just.
Oh, so.
Why do they ride for their money? Why do you rope? Is that okay?
That sounds great to me. Can everybody else give us thumbs ups?
Okay.
There you go.
Okay,
Alrighty.
good.
Awesome. So if you feel like it, you can teach whatever the chorus is, and if not, you can just burst into song. We're happy either way.
We definitely want to teach it. This is a song that we learned around the campfires in summer times up in the Adirondack Mountains. Our dad would sing this song, and I didn't know anything about it. I just thought it was so beautiful. And later we realized what an inspirational message the song had, particularly for people who choose to be musicians with their lives. So the chorus goes.
It has sort of two choruses, and one of the choruses changes a tiny bit each time. The first time, the pronouns are he, and the second, the pronouns are you, and the third time, the pronouns are they. If that makes sense.
Thanks. I had never thought about that before. That's very helpful.
And then there's a second.
He asked me, "Why do you ride for your money?" Is
Oh, sorry.
So it's you.
No, she asked me, why does he ride for it? Oh, no, that's the
first
second
guy
verse.
is he.
Right, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, the pronouns are hard, so just get the tune. It goes like this. He asked me, why do you ride for your money? Why do you rope for short pay?
Why do you rope for short pay? You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere.
And you're losing your share.
And you're losing your share.
Oh, you must have gone crazy out there.
Oh, you must have gone crazy out there.
So this is a song by Michael Burton, and we particularly like the version our dad did. And then after our dad, the other version we really liked was the Nancy Griffith version, though my dad might have learned it from a Jerry Jeff Walker album.
I think
He says
true.
yes with his thumbs. He says yes. So here we go.
As I was out riding, graveyard shift, midnight till dawn, moon shone as bright as a reading light for a letter from an old friend back home. He asked me, why do you ride for your money? Why do you rope for short pay? Why do you rope for short pay? You ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere, and you're losing your share. Oh, you must have gone crazy. Oh, you must have gone crazy out there. He said, last night I ran into Jenny. She's married and she has a good life. You sure missed the track when you never came back. She's a perfect professional's wife. And she asked me, why does he ride for his money? Why does he rope for short pay? Why does he rope for short pay? He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere, and he's losing his share. Oh, he must have gone crazy. Oh, he must have gone crazy out there. But he's never seen the northern lights. But he's never seen the northern lights. Never heard, never seen a hawk on the wing. Never seen spring hit the great divide. Never seen spring hit the great divide. And he's never heard old Camp Cookie sing. And he's never heard old Camp Cookie sing. Well, I read up the last of my letter, tore off the stamp for Big Jim. Billy rode up to relieve me. He just looked at my letter and grinned. Why do they ride? He asked me, why do they ride for their money? Why do they rope for short pay? Why do they rope for short pay. They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. And they're losing their share. Oh, they must have gone crazy. Oh, they all must be crazy back there. 'Cause they'd never seen the northern lights. Never seen a hawk. Never seen a hawk on the wing. Never seen spring hit the Great Divide. Never seen spring hit the Great Divide. And they never heard old Camp Cookie sing. And they never heard old Camp Cookie sing. Yodelay.
Woo! That was fabulous. Thank you so much, Nerissa and Katryna. That was so much fun to sing along with. I was getting
It's a great song. It's just such a beautiful song.
It's really a beautiful song. Can you just tell us a little bit more about sort of why you're feeling that song right now, and how you found it, and whatever you got?
Oh my gosh. Well, again, our father taught it to us. I guess he learned it from a Jerry Jeff Walker song, but that's not something I was conscious of. He would sing it to us around the campfires in the Adirondack Mountains, where we would go in August. And so it's August. So we're thinking about that. We're thinking about seeing him. We did a version of this song for our record, our family record, all together singing in the kitchen. And our father sings lead on that version. It's actually in the key of D instead of the key of A, because his voice likes the key of D better. And he yodels so beautifully. I wish that he could have sung with us today on Zoom. I wish Zoom allowed for that, because his yodely voice goes way high in his tenor. And we do a sort of a yodely drone thing under him. And it's one of my favorite songs to sing with him. And it's one of my favorite songs to sing with young people, because there's so much freedom in it. You know, I think so much about how painful the whole concept of I must get my share. You know, that's a very painful thought, and it's a very painful construct on which to base a life. And, you know, the people in the beginning of the song who are scolding this guy, the guy who writes the letter, and Ginny, who asks after this narrator, are saying, you blew it because you went out west and you're living this weirdo life. And, you know, you could have been a great professional and had Ginny as a wife, and you're losing your share. And I love that Billy says, no, they're losing their share. They're missing out on the northern lights. They're missing out on the hawk on the wind. And as somebody who struggles a lot with being present and paying more attention to the northern lights and the hawks, it's a good reminder for me. What do you want to say?
You said some pretty good stuff there, Nerissa. I mean, we have chosen to be folk singers, so that does feel a little like we went out west to ride horses and look at the northern lights.
I'd rather be a folk singer. I think it's easier than riding horses for one thing.
Well, you get a more comfortable bed most of the time.
That's true.
Thanks.
Maybe we should ask my parents about it.
Yeah, John and Gail, you guys want to unmute and tell us a little bit about your thoughts?
The real truth of my thoughts is that I never understood the song until after my daughter started singing it right now. And I said, wow, that's true. That's wonderful. That's so much better than anything I had in my head. I was learning it from Jerry Jeff Walker.
Well, what were you thinking when you learned it? Like, why did you like it so much?
Well, I did like all these images of the hawk on the wing and the northern lights and spring hitting the Great Divide and all of that. And I love the yodel, which I think Jerry Jeff Walker did. I remember for sure. But but I think it came from him. And I like that about it. But I was one of the songs sung and that I enjoyed, but you folks taught me to love it instead of just like it.
Well, I definitely feel like you taught us to pay attention. Both of you parents taught us to pay attention to appreciating things like how Camp Cookie sang, and I do associate it with the Adirondacks, where we slowed down and paid attention to the path in front of us and the hollow ground between the roots, and the way some friend of ours sang their signature song up around the campfire. And I feel like those are just the best things in life. Those things that bring you happiness, that are just completely unique and free.
Thank you to all of you for all of that. We have actually been thinking and talking a lot in this room this week and last week about gratitude. And so this is fitting perfectly into our theme. We've also been thinking about kindness and carpe diem, sort of seizing the day. So of course, seizing the day is also tied into that being in the present. So right now we're sort of thinking about the fact that things are turning a little bit upside down back out there in the world again, as if they ever weren't upside down, but I think you know what I mean. I'm glad to hear you guys are getting together. Can you tell us a little bit of sort of how things have been going for you through vaccination and what's coming up next?
Well, we are all going to get to see each other. Nerissa's family and my family and our sister's family are going to be all in one house together, and we are all getting PCR tests in advance of it in order to feel another layer of protection.
And we should say that everybody in our family is vaccinated.
Except for the under 12 person. There's one under 12 person who's not yet vaccinated, but everybody else is vaccinated. And we're going to see our parents, and I think we might even hug them. If we all have negative PCR tests, that feels like enough protection that we can hug them.
Oh, good. They're saying yes. I meant to ask you on the telephone this morning, so instead I'm asking you on Zoom in front of all these people, but I'm really glad.
Last year we saw them only outdoors, and we didn't
From a
hug
distance,
them.
yeah.
And I remember thinking, you have to be 6 feet away from people and masked. Well, my dad is 6 feet tall, so if I hug him around his feet, I'll be 6 feet from his face. But I did get to see these wonderful parents earlier in the summer when we felt, even more free when we were first vaccinated and the Delta variant hadn't gotten here yet. And I hugged them and I shared meals with them, and so I feel already unbelievable amounts of gratitude for that. How incredibly lucky am I to have gotten to do that already this summer, and I'm looking forward to seeing them again. I have been wondering if it would be safe for us to all sing together. Maybe if we were outdoors.
Outdoors, I think. But since we're talking about gratitude, Joe, I just have to say one of my great gratitudes is you and what you've built here, this incredible community. I'm always just overwhelmed with emotion when I see the Zoom screen pop up with all these people from all over the world, and that we're celebrating somebody's birthday who's from Poland. How exciting and
Ida,
beautiful.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Ida. And that, would we rather the pandemic was over? Of course. But I'm really glad for what we've all been building in creative ways to stay connected and to keep music going.
And we've met some of the Daily Antidote folks out in the wild, both on our live shows. We do a live show every Monday night, and some Daily Antidote folks have shown up for that. And also we did an outdoor show
in New Haven, and somebody said, I learned about you from the Daily Antidote.
Yeah, so there you go.
So
lovely.
That is awesome. I love hearing that. That's so great. And I have to say also what's been really fun about traveling right now is that I'm starting to meet people. So Nico is performing with Village Harmony. I know you guys know all about Village Harmony. And he's performing all over Vermont. And folks from the room who I've never met are coming to the concerts. And we are all asking whether or not we're hugging and then giving careful hugs. And it's been very, very beautiful. And other folks in the room are starting to meet up in their locations. And if you guys are interested at some point, we keep saying we're going to have the Daily Antidote bus tour. So we'll keep you posted just in case you feel like.
That's so great.
All right. So while I've got you and Ida both in the space, do you guys want to wish Ida a little happy birthday?
Yes, I want. Oh,
Wait 1 second. 1 second.
now? Okay.
Yep.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ida. Happy birthday to you.
Woo! Thank you so much, Nerissa and Katryna. Happy birthday again, Ida. So at the end of today, after we say goodbye to Facebook, we'll do an unmute and let everybody in the room sing to you in whatever cacophonous way we can make that happen. So it has been so lovely, Ida, having you in this room for pretty much the whole of our 500 days, unless you had a violin lesson or this or that. And it's been beautiful getting to see you grow virtually. All these folks in the room who don't even know you, I know, have written to me and said they feel so close to you and so much like you're a part of their community. So let's give it up for exceptional Ida, who's really quite an amazing kiddo. Thank you again to Nerissa and Katryna for singing a happy birthday. And before we say goodbye to Facebook, are you guys up for singing another chorus or two of your song so we can put it back into our heads?
Sure, yeah. We'll do the last one. He asked me, why do they ride? Ready?
He asked me, why do they ride for their money? Why do they roll for short pay? They're going nowhere and they're losing their share. Oh, they all must be crazy back there.
But they've never seen the Northern Lights.
But they never seen the northern lights.
Never seen a hawk on the wind.
Never seen a hawk on the wind.
Never seen spring hit the Great Divide.
Never seen spring hit the great divide.
And they never heard old Camp Cookie
And they
sing.
never heard old Camp Cookie sing. Yodelay, 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 yodelay,
Woo! That was awesome. Thank you so much for bringing that. I could see actually by the mouths moving in the room that we have a room full of yodelers. It's not just you guys and your dad.
It's fun to yodel.
Thank you so much. Let's all give it up for Nerissa and Katryna. And thanks so much to John and Gail for being in the room with us today. And happy birthday again to Ida, coming in from Poland today. And hugs and love to everybody out there on Facebook Live. We can't wait to sing with you again tomorrow. Please join us for another great day of singing. And